The other theme that we are also looking at is order wins. We have been picking up this theme over this past week as well. We are seeing, a couple of order wins for companies like GR Infra as well as Nesco, which are in focus today. Let's go across to my colleague Anushi for more details of these order wins. Anushi?
Hey Puneet, a couple of order wins that we are looking at in trade today. Firstly, I'll start off with a big one, that is Hindustan Aeronautics. 13,500 crore of an order for 12 Sukhoi aircraft, which contained 62.6% of an indigenization component, which takes their year-to-date manufacturing orders to up to 40,000 crore. This order they had signed with Ministry of Defence, and do note what the company is planning for is a 1.2 lakh crore of an order book by the end of FY25. Coming to GR Infra projects, they've received a letter of award for 108 crore worth of a project, and this was for a transmission project in Karnataka to be executed in the next 2 years. Their order book as of September end stood at about 20,680 crore, and they're anticipating an order inflow of up to 15,000 crore in the second half of this financial year. Coming to Nesco Limited, they were declared as the highest bidder from National Highways Logistics Management. The company has to incur 50 crore for 4 sites for development of wayside amenities. Estimated annualized revenue from these 4 sites for 300 crore from year 4 of operations, and annual lease rent of 4.29 crore for 4 sites with fixed annual revision basis. And the last one on the list is Bajal Projects, which received EPC work order from Solapur Transmission. And this Solapur Transmission is a project SPV company of Torrent Power, project to be executed in the next 15 months.
Well, thanks for that, Anushki, taking us through the order wins for HAL as well as Bajal Products. Gaurang, let me come to you for HAL first. It's a big order win for the company while, valuations have been steady. What is your view specifically, on HAL as well as Bajal Projects to start with? I'll come to the other stocks first, but HAL being one of the biggest themes, what is your view on the same?
So defense is something that's going to grow multiple times for the next 3 years, 5 years, and even maybe more. And that's purely because of the capability and capacity and the experience to execute the order book that they have with them. And while they execute that order book, by default, it translates into top line and bottom line positivities. And these orders are large and they take time to get executed. So what our advice from Geojit is that if you decide to invest in defense sector, then you should have at least 3 to 5 years kind of time horizon to have a meaningful return on your investment. Having 3 months, 6 months, 1 year time horizon, it will give you return, but it won't be as much if you can give a long time and if time is by your side. So as a disclosure, we have short-term coverage on HAL. On the long-term side, we like Cochin Shipyard and BEL, that is Bharat Electronics Limited. And of course, other companies, though it's not a direct recommendation, but likes of Garden Reach, Mazgaon Docks, Bharat Dynamics, all of them are performing quite well. And some of the private players are also delivering quite well on the defense front. So we remain constructive on the entire defense pack. Coverage is short-term Hindustan Aeronautics and long-term Cochin Shipyard and BEL. On the construction side that you mentioned, I think, if cement is going to get consumed, if the government is going to spend on infrastructure at the center and at the state, and if real estate sector is going to do well. So I think all these companies are going to perform. So we have positive coverage on NCC Limited, KNR Constructions, PNC Infra, HG Infra and Engineering. And I think a company which has been in India for the last 80 years, that is Larsen & Toubro, has got diversified businesses. Infra is one of them.
Gaurang, very quickly, any view on GR Infra projects, Nesco or a Bajal?
Well, unfortunately, we don't cover them, but strong companies with capability to execute in infra should do well, and they should have less leverage as far as the debt is concerned on the balance sheet.
Okay, so these are the names that we should be watching out for. Not on their coverage, but HAL, yes. For a short-term perspective, Cochin Shipyard, BEL from the defense pack, a long-term bet is what you're looking at. In fact, we also spoke to the management of BEL on the back of the order win. Around 860 odd crores is the contract that they've got for bullet trains. I beg your pardon, it's BEML. Let's listen in.
The bullet train project for us is basically a development, right? We have to develop 2 proto rakes or 2 proto trains of the bullet train. And that is in collaboration with NHSRCL, ICF and the Railway Board. It's a joint effort, it's a collaborative effort. And the best thing is that it will be done in the country for the first time. And we are looking at it from the perspective of capability development, as well as, the most important thing is that the intellectual property for this remains within the country. So that's the most important thing. And the timeline is a very ambitious timeline of December 2026, when we have to roll out the first train to undergo trials and all. So we are on it, and definitely with the joint effort and all India effort, basically, we'll be able to do that.